Hello again, second in a series of videos or clips for you to hopefully watch and get a bit of information from in relation to modifying Land Rovers. I'm working currently on a Discovery 300 TDI. Previously mentioned in the first video, I'm going to be doing, if I can show you quickly, I'm going to be doing on this, I'm going to be doing the head gasket and full strip down of the head to get the head gasket changed. I'm going to get the head tested as well, with it being a previous buy off auction site. Make sure that that goes on as it should and doesn't go on faulty or anything like that, so I know I'm 100% right with that. That's the first video I'm making now, is removing the head. It's going to be a stop and start, unfortunately, because I do not currently have a tripod for this camera, which is on its way, but anyway, that's by the by. You'll get the information from it as needed. So this is the head that's coming off. I'm going to get me a few tools ready, and then I'm going to make a start. Might get a lot of it done tonight. It's later in the afternoon, so there's no rush anyway, so I'm not too bothered. I would give you a little bit of a tip and all. If you can do a big job like this, depending on what facilities you've got, get yourself like something like this. This is just a wallpaper and decorating table. Get that laid out. You can get all your bits laid out nice and tidy on there. So when you come to refit them, you're definitely going to be able to find them again. They're going to be in the same place. Because I can guarantee majority of the time you've got extra bolts or not enough bolts, or something goes wrong somewhere. So if you get it all laid out, you'll be alright, won't you? Cool. So hi guys, here we go. I'm making a start on getting this head dismantled. First thing is fuel lines. If you're going to move them, release them, but the nip on, they're quite tight. Support the pipe, otherwise you're going to twist it all off, and you're going to cost yourself a whole lot of problems. So basically 1, 2's done, 3's done, 4 is done as well. So get your spanner on, support your pipe, and undo. There's them 4 undone, get them undone. You'll get a bit of leakage of fuel. There's not going to be a massive amount in the lines, depending on how long you've had it sat there for. As you see, mine are empty. I'm going to get some gloves because this is going to be a messy job. Another tip for you, get some gloves and all. It's a good idea. Right, pipe lines off. This is the only thing that connects the fuel lines, or the fuel pump, to the head anyway. So once these are off, that part's done. Anyway, loosen them off down there. I haven't mentioned it's a 17 fuel spanner. Put a bit of pressure on. Not too much at one go. A bit at a time. That's it. Just enough to loosen them, just so we can rotate them out of the way. That one done. Both of them done. In fact, it may as well just be easy to get them removed. If you worry about what position to go into and returning them, take a photo. Just take a photo each step away if you want. Take a photo of this, take a photo of something else, take a photo. You're always there to look back on if you think there's something wrong or something missed later on. Because if you don't put something on that should be on, in theory you're alright, you're safe because it won't start. But if it's something major and it starts and suddenly stops, then you might be looking at something a bit more major. So just, that's it. That's that done. Each time you do a job when removing a head on Land Rover, it's satisfying because the amount of space it creates, you can see the job coming together. You can see each progress, so that's a good one. So I'll get these on my table. Right, so they're safe on my table. Next job. And these injector lines. sometimes to undo them, it might sound bizarre, it's quite a good idea just to give them a little bit of a tighten. I don't mean bring it all the way around or out like that, just give it a little bit of a nudge to tighten it up. You'll feel it just suddenly go and then go back again. That's it. So that's injector line off. Put it to one side, then it's safe. Let's just wrap this around something. Because the focus really is to get the head off. Once the head is off, then you've got a bit more room to then get everything prepared and cleaned up and ready for when it gets put back on. Oh, crap off there. Good thing while you're working as well. Might not be a job you're doing today, but in preparation, spray bolts. Even if it's a job you're going to be doing in 3 days' time, just get the bolt sprayed up every so often. It'll make a damn sight easier later on. Does work. It'll work better upside down. See how mucky this is? This is absolutely filthy. Absolutely dirty as heck, this head. This should be the end. Might have to bear in mind do this in 2 parts, or at least 2 anyway, depending on what time things take. Bolt, remove. That pulled off. Stretch, it's a solid thing that is. Take the nut off. Just make sure it wide spring bracket, yeah, because if it does, there's a little washer on it. And if it the washer's gone on it, and then you bugger. Gloves a bit mankied up now. Give it a bit of a wipe. There's 2 wires on this. And then one that comes off the relay. And then obviously you've got your line of wires that link the first heater plug to the rest of them. Yeah. Onto the bench. Get out of there. Right, what else have we got at this side of the engine? Not a lot really. Got the head only comes down to there. That's your head gasket. So everything above there, that way, is going to be coming off. On this side, what's left is just got a bolt in there holding a little wire mount bracket on. That can come off. That's a spacer, not a washer. Look at the thickness of that. It's just to hold that off a bit, so it doesn't interfere with anything else. Figure out where it went. Back. There she goes. There she goes. Right, what else we got? I think that might be it. There's always going to be something you forget or miss. Don't worry about it, there's always going to be something you miss. That just unplugs on there anyway. Thermostat house in there, so that just unplugs. That's your temperature sensor. There's also one on top as well, I believe. And move on to here. God. If we can get into it, we'll get this off first. Get the air intake manifold off. It's going to open this up to remove all this. What I've noticed with bolt heads on Land Rovers is they're tapered towards the end, which doesn't give you a massive amount of grip on them. Maybe they're only going to be used once or twice. That's the idea of them, I suppose, maybe. Another good idea is to keep that just any old tray on the side of the engine. Put your bits in before you put them back onto where they're meant to be. Just stick them on in there, because you can guarantee they'll be wandering about, rolling about, dropping off the floor. Just somewhere to keep them safe while you're doing the job that you're on with. Right, when you're doing this, support the bottom the best you can. Pull on the top. Remember, keep an eye on length as well, because if some come out the longer and shorter than others, you can get yourself a piece of card, draw out whatever you put unbolting, and stick them in location. So when you come back to redoing it, you can get the right length in the right hole. Because if you put a long one in a short one, think it's not tight, tighten it up. Next minute you're making a hole somewhere, and it could be broken head, knackered head, or anything. 2 top bolts, 10mm, 2 bottom bolts, 13, and lift up and up we go. There you go. Oh, weighs a bit. That doesn't look at grime in there. Can you see it grime in there? That is manky. That is absolutely disgusting. Engine does not want to be breathing that in. So I'll get rid of that. Right, get this off. Pushes that pipe out its way. And do that one. Wire. How far are we off then? Exhaust. Rocker cover. Head bolts. Right, what size are we looking at here? Bigger than 13. Oh, of course we are. What have we got in here? 17. This is what, just keep these what I'm working on, keep this tray here, dump them all in, bring them straight back out next time. Just time, because these are not tight at all. Okay. Actually give everything a bit of a spray. One thing about exhaust bolts, anything connected to exhaust, they tend to not particularly seize, but they tend to be very tight. It's a good idea to get a little bit of a squirt. Even though I'm not going to do down to the exhaust down pipe just yet. Give it a squirt anyway. It's all preparation in it, you know what else make the job easier. Goes. It smells almost cooking the tea. Making me feel hungry. Here she blows. That's not clear. Took it out of the way. A bit more water. It's not running that important. Not the wood dry. Right, so next, that's all complete, taking off these manifold bolts. And then now I do have to do work on this turbo, so it will be coming off. And not just leaving hanging on. So the plan is turbo off, rocker cover off, and start moving undoing the head bolts. That's the jobs. Stop for now, and I'll catch up with you later and give you an update. Brilliant. Now then, here we are, another day, back on the disco head. Since last video, it was only yesterday obviously, I did a little bit of work in the evening, got a bit too dark to record. However, I have removed the turbo. That's the turbo. Obviously it's manifold. You can see that. That is splines, and there's a bit of movement in there. There's a bit of movement, which means it's on its way up there. A bit of movement on its own. Bearings are going. Bearings are on the way out. So, plan for that will be clean up, prepare, replace innards. Was going to get another turbo, but I'm going to give it a bit of a try out on the new innards. Try the new innards on it, clean it all up, give it a bit of a tweak and see how we go from there. Fan's been removed. Viscous fan took off because the plan is to go back to the vehicle. Plan is to take the radiator out and the intercooler out, so I can get to all the bolts needed to do the cam belt. So that's the space given or left by the turbo being removed. Decent amount of working space there. Tools are out, all in one go, ready. Bit of a tip: your old gloves, when they're knackered, just use them for covering up certain pipes, hoses, whatever that you don't want anything to get down into muck or anything. So that's there on the oil feed for the oil return. Sorry, for the turbo. And I also slacken those rocker cover bolts off. So it's 1, 2, 3, and the whole thing just lifts straight up like that. And there's your rocker cover. Simple as that. All done. So that's gone. So now it's a case of. So what we'll do now is make a start and hopefully get the head off today. Right, let's get on with it. Right, okay, cam cover off. 3 bolts, bang, 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 straight down the middle, lift straight off. That's a culprit. Seal, absolutely jiggered, and it's gone crispy and hard. It should stay supple. It's gone crispy and hard. I'm surprised it's not snapping as it happens, but anyway, straight onto the bench. Put it out of the way for now. That's that one. Right. Rocker cover off, done. Now you need all these out. These want removing. Rocker shaft, and it's 2 10mm and 3 13s, and the 3 13s obviously are threaded bars because they take the top bolt to hold the cover on. Right. Oh, in theory she's thrown now. Can she come out of there? Yes. See all your rockers lined up. Rocker shaft. That's obviously pushes down on your valves, opens and closes, air intake, and obviously exhaust outlets. So on the bench, that goes. And just to save them getting damaged, it's probably a good idea to remove. God, if I could get hold of the grip on the socket and slippy oily hand. Good idea to remove the injectors as well. Get these moved off. Get rid of all the crap that looks like it might drop out into the head, because you don't want any of that rubbish in there. Say last 2 or 3 threads, just go steady, keep hold, and you bring it off safely. Obviously 4 injectors, 1 per cylinder. Right, take these off. These are little mounting plates. Clamp it down and hold everything together. There you go, lads. 15. 15 of those. A good bit of tweak, just to Oh, they are in rough. Not crap in there, holding them in. Just these originals, by heck, they've been in for some time. Might be a lot easier leaving them there. I'll remove the head. But I do need something to release them. So a bit of spray, a bit of a spray here and there will work for later on. Right, head bolts. Lots and lots of head bolts, if I'm correct. These 18 head bolts. 18 head bolts. When you do the head bolts up for the first time, the way you work it is as follows. It's often in a rotary rotation, sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., 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 all the way to the outside. So the way I've done it, and it's slightly slackened off just to be easier, is I've done it opposite way around. So I've worked. So when I've loosened it off, I've gone like that, ding, 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 all the way in. If that makes sense. And they are very, very tight. That helps. Very big, nice long bar, plenty of leverage. They're all loose, so obviously doing it willing in and out is fine, because there's no or very little pressure on the head now. Right, they're all loose. It's all loose. All head bolts are now loose. So it's now these push rods here. We want them out. Want all them out. A lot of people take them out, put them to one side in a bundle, stick them all back in willy-nilly. Some people swear by keeping them all in order because of they say the wear individually. But then again, if they wear individually, at the end of the day, all you do in theory is readjust your rockers spacing onto the top caps here, your tops of your valves to take the space up, and then you've got little caps there, wear and tear caps, so if anything wears straight through too much you can replace them. Keep them there for now, shouldn't be going anywhere. I do have a few of them spare actually, so I'll just check them all before I go back in. Okay, right, push rods, that's all you need. Bit of cardboard, ripped off anything. Have your squirrel front on the one end, so obviously it goes like that. Ideally, I guess you want all in one line, but what I've done is start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all you do is pull them out and pop them down there, and hopefully they don't fall through. Just like that. Gently with the last one. There you go. So now when I come to them now, start here, all in one line, bang bang. There we go, sorted. Removing the bolts. Now I'm putting new ones in. I've been told you can use these two different stories. Use them once, discard them. Use them 4 times. I think someone said 4 or more. Then discard them. But no idea what the history of the vehicle is, so they're going to get used this one time. So basically I'm going to remove them and keep them as a spare bolt. But sizing, I've got some ordered. Now will they come with a location of where they should be? Chances are probably not. So length of that straight through head. So what I might do, I think, is again get a piece of cardboard, lay all these out on a piece of cardboard, so when my new ones come, if they're just in a plain packet, match up the lengths, and there you go. Replace the length for length. Job's a good one. Right, one I prepared earlier is I used the same blue Peter. Cardboard box, just used a cardboard box, can be a piece of just a plain sheet if needs be. 18 holes, punched in, front written again on the one end, so at least you know, start from that end. and it's a case of 2 in, 2 out, 2 in, 2 out, 2 in, like that. So basically just pull them out, put them in the locations, chuck it to one side. New bolts, don't have them on, just match your sightings up, and away you go. Just cover yourself so you don't end up getting throwing yourself off guard. So they're straight in there. Another good idea as well, keep the floor underneath clean. And when you don't have much of a choice when the vehicle's actually parked up and being worked on, but it's in your hands whether or not you do it before the vehicle's parked up. Then you can find any bolt, any washer, anything that drops off. It's a heck of a lot easier. Will these lift out? No, see, that's the problem, you see. But they are clear of the block underneath, so they're gonna have to be up and out the way when the head's removed. And it's not going to be easy removal because they'll be tight on it. There you go. Same tight on. A lot easier than I thought that was. Lift it up. Then we get a bit of a tweak from side to side. There you go, she's free. The head is 100% free now. Them 2 bolts just need lifting up so they're clear of the holes underneath that they go into. Then just pull the head slightly to one side, and then they ain't going to drop down the holes, and it's free to move then. Okay, now the plan is head safely on a bench, out the way. Don't worry about this. That's just filled up from when obviously the head gasket was, our head was taken off, and it's just allowed everything to flow out everywhere. Plan now is get this cleaned off, 100% clean, dry, and then when you're leaving things like this overnight, or for whatever, how long you're going to leave it for, cover it up, put a nice cover over it. You don't want to get something dirty or damaged. And then I've got a water pump coming with a P gasket, which I'm going to be changing at the same time as the cam belt. I will get an auxiliary belt because this is worn. It's lost its shine on the outside, so it's obviously been on it for a fair few years. So then it's going to be nice, basically tidy up and rebuild now. So I hope you've enjoyed watching the strip down. We're both going to move on now, you and I, obviously, to the clean up and build up. Right, thanks for watching again. All the best, cheers. Bye.